What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a great morning. So this video is basically a little bit different from what I'm used to kind of like creating. So basically, instead of like talking about Instagram or anything like that, I'd be talking about something about my mindset or motivation, because I've been feeling pretty lazy, to be honest, for the for past few days. And it's probably why I'm actually shooting this video, in this manner. Obviously I've done some scripts. I've done all my usual routines when it comes to like creating video content or anything like that. But in this instance, I feel like I want to do this type of content or this type of video format just because I feel like I want to try something new. Because instead of just like being on my room shooting videos for Instagram or something like that, I feel like it would be nice. Actually, let me move that. It would be nice if I actually try something like this. So, like I said earlier, I've been feeling a little bit down, a little bit demotivated, if you might ask. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I'm at that point where, I'm actually graduate already, but I'm about to walk on stage, do my commencement and something like that, and I'm running my own thing, building my brand, building my business, trying to help as much people as I can, just like giving out knowledge and my experiences and all that stuff. And I feel like this is one of those points where it's kind of like a make it or break it point. So I'm very frustrated, and then at times I feel like not doing anything at all, just because I feel in my head I'm running different scenarios, whether I'm gonna fail or whether I'm going to succeed. And I feel like that's what a lot of people feels whenever where they're trying something new, or they're just maybe it's their first time as an entrepreneur or running their own business or online business or what have you, right? Or maybe they're trying out a new career. I feel like that's what most feel, because it's something new. It's a very scary thing to do when you don't know what you're doing. And when you get to a point where you kind of know what you're doing, but then at the same time you're still reluctant as to about your skills. You're reluctant about the people that you meet. You're reluctant about like the experiences that you're gonna get. You're not sure, basically. That's why you feel sometimes unmotivated to do things, because you don't want to fail. You don't want to disappoint a lot of people, and you just don't want to hurt yourself or harm yourself or anything like that. And that's why I feel that's what I've been feeling recently. But then I remember one ways that I did to kind of like combat a lot of my demotivated days or moments, right, is basically using fear. I used fear as a motivation. There are times, like for example, like whenever I feel like, I just like, for example, like this one, I just don't feel like doing anything at all. And then I remember I use fear to motivate myself back again. I'm not gonna say that it works 100% of the time, because sometimes fear just really scares the hell out of you. And sometimes it overcomes it overcomes the desire to actually do something. So sometimes it overpowers it. And what I'm trying to say is that whenever you're trying to use fear as a motivational tool, you have to be careful about it. You gotta know how to balance it out, because like I said, it might scare you into not doing things, okay? So if you're gonna be using fear as a motivational tool, you gotta think about what you're gonna be missing out. Not in the present, but what you're gonna be missing out in the future. For example, one of the things that I used before, whenever I don't feel like, for example, posting on Instagram, or whenever I don't feel like creating content for my other pages, is that I try to think about, okay, if I actually don't post today, or if I don't create content right now, that means tomorrow I'll be doing the same thing again. I will be catching up a lot of things. I would probably be not growing anything at all. I'm probably not making money as well. So that's one of the things that I did. And sometimes it works, because we all have this tendency of like, we're FOMOing basically. You don't want to miss out. But in this case, I'm not using FOMOing in the present, but I'm using FOMOing in the future, because I don't want to miss out things that I could have done, okay, or I could be doing in the future if I don't do things right now. So that's one way that I've used fear before as a motivational tool whenever I don't really feel like doing anything at all. So and I hope that actually kind of helps you out or gives you an idea as to how you can turn bad things, just like fear or maybe even jealousy or I don't know, maybe some sort of hardship or struggle into something positive. Because there's like a lot of things that we tend to forget. We tend to not use these negative things and turn them into something constructive because we feel like it's a waste of time, you know? Because when you're trying to turn something new, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time, right? Think about it. When you're trying to create something new, it takes a lot of time. And it takes a lot of effort, and sometimes you get frustrated. And we naturally tend to avoid those things because why would you, right? That's why we don't want to do a lot of things that are new. We don't want to risk anything at all. And that's why we tend not to do things that would actually benefit us in the future. All right, so I hope that you're gonna be using your fear in the future as a tool to kind of like motivate you into doing action, into taking the steps necessary to actually get you closer to your goals. And I'm probably making this video as a reminder to myself as well that I need to do a lot of things. That if I want to get to my goals, if I want to meet more people, if I want to raise my income, if I want to make my family or friends or proud, I will need to actually do something that is very different, that is something new, that is most likely scary, and at the same time that will increase my chances of probably failure or hurting myself or anything like that. So I just need to remind myself that although those are going to happen, or they can happen, because we never know how things will turn out in the future, you know? Nothing is certain. Nothing is guaranteed, you know? You can't really get 100% success rate. Sometimes most of the times actually, you're gonna fail, you're gonna feel frustrated, you're gonna be disappointed about yourself. So that's one thing that I'm gonna remind myself every day, that that's gonna happen, but in the bright side, I need to push through, use fear as a motivational tool, push myself, and just like really hustle hard. So I hope you see you in the next video.